Let's go.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Villa Park podcast. It's me, Rich, and I'm here with your live watch along for Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. Just make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and get your comments in. We've got just over 10 minutes to kick off. Sorry, I'm slightly late. It's amazing how you forget how to set everything up when you haven't done the watch along for a little while. But we're all set. I've got the background set up. And it's just me. Martin was joining, but he unfortunately can't join. So just me today. So we'll be providing some commentary, getting involved with your comments, getting involved with your questions. Let's talk starting lineups as well. Let's talk tactics for sort of the next 10 minutes or so before the game starts. Get your score predictions in as well. I've seen the team. It looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy about the team actually that's starting. I can see that Emery wants to match physically, and it'll be good to see how some of the players match up. And in terms of some of the previews that we've done, we obviously spoke to Brad on Thursday night. We did a preview on Thursday night. It seems like ages ago now, but we did the preview on Thursday night before we kind of knew what the team would be, and discussed tactically how it might work. And then I did the opposition preview with Harry yesterday from Scarfy Spurs Talk. Really good chat with him. And I think it's evident to see with both teams that the coaches are the key to this victory and what changes they make and how tactically they match up against each other. It's going to be it should be a really even game, and it should be a really entertaining game. And we know that Emery's got the upper hand over Thomas Frank at the moment, but obviously that's before he's gone to be manager of Spurs. That was at Brentford, obviously. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with regards to this game and how tactically they can out-battle each other, outthink each other. And then I think the other part of it is the bench, is what we've got on the bench. And I've heard that Romero has been injured, and G is in the chat talking about that now. I think he's been injured in the warm-up. Rich, who's just re-signed as a member, thank you so much, mate, asking if Watkins is fit. He's not starting. Watkins is not starting. I'll get the starting lineup in a second. But Watkins isn't starting, so Marlon's up top. So obviously there's something there. And Michelle's in the chat. Angie's in the chat as well. Mark, good afternoon to you, and obviously Rich as well. Thank you for jumping in, and you'll be watching it with me. I think there's a few other channels doing the watch along, so maybe if you jump between all of ours, that'd be good, and see how we're getting on with the watch alongs. But let me just bring the starting lineups on the screen, because here you can see what we've gone with. So we've got Emi Martinez in goal. We've got Matty Cash, Ezri Konsa, Pau Torres, and Luca Dean across the back. So there was some debate over Maatsen and Luca Dean, but I think it was pretty clear that Luca Dean would start just because we're away from home. We want to maybe get a bit more solidity in the defence. Kamara and Onana in that midfield as it stands here. And then we've got McGinn, Rogers, Evan Gesson, who obviously will help Cash in the defensive duty as well. And then Marlon up top. Tottenham here, Vicario, Spence, Van der Ven, now not Romero. So I don't know who's coming for him. And Pedro Porro. Then we've got Palhinha, Bentancur, Odebert, Simons, Kudus, and Matisse Tell. So I think for both sides, really, with Marlon for Villa and with Tell for Tottenham, it's going to be interesting to see how well they can get the ball to the front men and how well they can hold it up, or can they get them played in behind? Because you look at those two players, Marlon has been good in patches at holding the ball up, and he can also run in behind, but can he do it for long enough on the pitch? Can he maintain it for 70, 75, 80 minutes? I think that's the interesting thing. Can we get Rodgers in areas on the ball to attack? What's that midfield battle going to be like with Onana and Kamara against Palhinha and Bentancur? Because it's clear that he's gone for that physicality rather than Lamar Bogard, which I did think that would happen. I did mention that in the previews. I thought if Onana was anywhere near fit, he'd probably come in. And then out wide, Odegaard and Kudus, how well are Digne and Cash going to defend against them, and how much is Gesson and McGinn going to back them up? Because we know that Jed Spence and Pedro Porro like to attack and join in. So then will there be spaces for Rodgers and Marlon in behind? I think those are the key battles. And then with the benches, I think that's something that will be really telling, because Villa have got Jadon Sancho, Harvey Elliott, Ian Maatsen, and let me just double check on my Villa squad list who we've got on the bench. So we've got Beezer, Maatsen, Lindelof, Barkley, Watkins is on the bench, Rich, Jadon Sancho, Emi Buendia, Harvey Elliott, and Lamar Bogard. So looking at more attacking options, you've got Elliott, Buendia, Sancho, Watkins, Maatsen to come in as a more of an attacking option at left back, and potentially Barkley. So he's got plenty of options to bring off the bench there. So you can see that something like that would give us a lot of options. So I'm interested to see if we can really be in the game here 60, 65 minutes, and we've got some real changes to be able to make. But that being said, I'm sure Tottenham will have as well. I've got the players coming out of the tunnel right now. So if you want to link up with me, then I'll tell you when we're kicked off. But please try not to put any spoilers in the chat. I'll just get my screen set up to be shared now. So just bear with me a second. There we go. We've got our scoreboard. And we've got our little logo in the top. So teams, as I say, Tottenham. Kevin Danso, I think G has said, is coming in for Romero. Vicario in goal, Pedro Porro, Danso, Mickey van der Ven, and Jed Spence at the back. Now, Frank has made them a bit more solid at the back. Probably not going to attack quite as much as they did under Ange. As I said, Palhinha and Bentancur midfield, then Kudus, Xavi Simons, and Wilson Odegaard. Now, Simons we're going to really have to watch out for, and it'd be interested to see if Kamara does a man-to-man marking job on him, and then Matisse Tell up front. Are they going to put pressure on Pau Torres and Ezri Konsa as well, playing out from the back? Villa, as I said, going with Emi Martinez in goal. I think he may have had a bit of a calf strain with Argentina, but obviously fit to play today. Cash, Konsa, Pau Torres, and Luka Dean at the back. Boubacar Kamara and Amadou Onana in midfield. Good to see Onana back in. And then we have John McGinn and Morgan Rodgers as the two number 10s, with Evan Gesson and Daniel Marlon operating. So Gesson operating from the right, Marlon up front, I imagine. Get your score predictions in. I've said 2-2. I think it'll be an entertaining draw, but get your score predictions in the chat before we get going with the game. Also, Kudus could be really dangerous for Tottenham. So G says Xavi is not fit yet. He's easy to press from man to man. G's gone for 2-1 to Spurs. So obviously going for his team there. Fair enough. I think it's going to be a close game. Goal scores in the last 4 games. So we see here, Villa have done much better in terms of spreading the goals around the team. McGinn with 3, Buendia with 2, Marlon with 2, and Watkins with 1. Marlon obviously scoring on international duty as well. So he'll be in good form. And if we get him in and around the box anywhere with an opportunity to shoot, we know he will shoot. We know he will shoot. Great to have you in the chat, Michelle. Thank you very much. Thomas Frank there, looking pensive. There's a bit of rain in the air in London, I think there is. So could be good zipping about the pitch. Romero there sitting on the bench. Not too happy, obviously. Villa just about to kick off. I'll just get stuff sorted with the screen. We'll get the match timer sorted. Just taking the knee. And we are off. And Morgan Rogers tries to take the ball quickly forward and then cuts back. I think he was trying to just play a bit of a prank there. Let's just put it back into... How do we get it back into full screen? Ball back with Martinez. There we go. Consa now just taking it off Martinez. They're not pressing too high at the moment. Tries to go long into Gesson to test Jed Spence, but ball rolls through to Vicario. But not interesting to see not too much of a press right now from either side. Marlon just jogging towards the keeper, but lets him put his foot on the ball. He goes out to Van der Ven, and then Van der Ven plays it along the floor into Tel, but he miscontrols it, and Villa pick it back up. Kamara to Onana and back to Cash, who goes back to the goalkeeper. So I think it's going to be... Is this set up to be quite a cagey start to the game? Martinez now going long, looking for Marlon in behind, but it's going to skip off the surface. That's one thing we might have to watch. Overhitting passes, maybe just skipping off the surface. But it looks like McGinn's off the left-hand side, Rogers through the middle, Gesson on the right, but they're quite tight with three more attacking-minded midfielders. Porro looking to take the throw. He's taking his time with it. Oh, the referee's mic wasn't working properly, or his earpiece or something. So we've got a bit of a stoppage at the minute. Yeah, there we're back. Back in action. Villa shutting off the angles quite well for the throw-in. He doesn't have anyone to throw it to. Ends up going long. Good header down by Onana. McGinn trying to hold off Porro. Pushes him over. No, referee doesn't give a free kick. Tries to play toweling down the line, but Pau Torres does well with the header. Ball bouncing around midfield. McGinn can pick it up here, and he's fouled by Kudus. Bit of a battle in midfield there. I think McGinn was saying, why didn't you give me a foul earlier? Onana just drops it back into Konsa, out to Cash. Cash now puts the ball in. Good, decent ball. Probably a bit overhit there, but good that he's trying to put it in early. And it rolls out for a throw-in in the Tottenham half, and Porro's going to take it now. Again, taking his time with the throw-in. Villa shutting down the angles for who to throw it to really well. Bentancur just helps it on, but Kamara wins the header. Tottenham trying to put a bit of pace into it, but it rolls through to Konsa, and just in his own half, he goes back to Martinez to set it back up again. To Kamara, out to Konsa. Ball zipping. Bentancur's the furthest player forward, tries to press Martinez. Onana there doesn't quite put enough on it. That's sloppy, and it is a corner. Onana there, very sloppy with the passing. This is again where we need to watch out, because that was just a blind, poor pass and puts Konsa in trouble. And now we've given away a needless corner. And yeah, Thomas Frank was very happy to win a corner, which is a bit strange, but there we go. A bit of movement there in the box. Ball comes in, but Gesson does really well to head it away. Jed Spence out to Kudus. Kudus now whips it in to the back post, headed down, and Bentancur, and it's a goal. Oh, that is terrible defending. Oh my word. The worst possible start, and yet again, second ball from the set piece. Ball goes is cleared well. Ball comes back out to Mo Kudus, who puts a good ball in, puts a decent ball in, but again the header down. We don't win the first header when it comes back in. No question of offside. We don't win the first header, and then no one's around Bentancur, and he's got an easy finish into the net from about 10 yards out. Takes a little deflection off. I think that might be Konsa. Oh no, it's Onana off his chest and into the net. And it's, again, worst possible start for Villa. Terrible defending. And we put ourselves under ridiculous pressure inside the first 5 minutes. Just rank bad defending, people. Rank bad defending. All of your team talk is just completely down the drain because you have just defended so poorly. And it's just completely ruined straight away. Neither team had done anything in the game. Neither team had really threatened, but a poor, lazy pass from Amadou Onana puts us under pressure, give away a needless corner, and then we don't defend it properly. And that goes to show you, you don't do things properly, and that comes back to bite you. Now they've scored again. Kudus. Oh, he's offside. Thank God for that. This is obviously going to be checked by VAR, though. Long ball over the top. Luka Dean potentially gets caught. I think Kudus was offside, though. We'll see here. Yeah, he's well off. Yeah, he's well off. Villa playing a high line, though. We're going to have to watch out there. But this just puts us under pressure straight away. Like now Tottenham have got their tails up. They're going to put us under pressure. We're going to have to try and fight our way back into this game. Needless corner to give away. Sloppy defending. I don't think Rodgers had touched the ball properly. I don't think Gesson had touched the ball properly, apart from heading it clear. I don't think Marlon had touched the ball. Like, it's just been a nothing start, really. And now we're chasing the game. I mean, to be fair, Tottenham don't really have to do anything right now. They can just pick us off, really. Torres driving forward, plays it to Pau Torres, plays it to Luka Dean, but it's a poor pass, lazy pass, and we managed to get a throw in. Dean is going to try and launch this one in. Players trying to get around Vicario, but we're going to have to watch, don't foul him. Ball comes in, Marlon wins the flick on. Ball bounces down, but Tottenham managed to clear it. It's out to Cash. He'll probably go back to Kamara. He's got time now to look for a pass. Not really too much movement ahead of him, though. Goes out wide to Gesson, who's got a bit of time and space. He goes back to Cash. Not really doing much with it here. Gesson's still got time and space. He can have a run at them if he wants. Chooses to go to Kamara. Kamara now to Rodgers. Rodgers to Cash, who's just got a bit of space. Tries to drive it in, but gets blocked. Rodgers now tries to turn, but he's in danger of losing it here. Manages to win the throw-in. This is not going to be. We need to get back in this game. I'm not going to be too harsh right now, because this type of stuff can happen. But we need to fix up pretty quickly because we're looking a bit sluggish. We're looking a bit shell-shocked here. Someone needs to step up. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Referee told him to go back to the spot where it was. Oh, is he giving the throw in someone else now? Giving the throw in to Tottenham? The thing with Thomas Frank's teams now, he will look to spoil the game. So when you had Ange as the manager, they would just keep going relentless. But Tottenham will just look to spoil it. They've got the lead now. They don't need to do anything. It's up to Villa to try and get themselves back in this game. Gesson trying to press Bentancur. He's got him in a corner, and now he's giving away a needless corner. What is it with teams messing about with it at the back? It's just sloppy. I mean, it's good for Villa that we've now got a corner, but what is it with why can't players just put the ball in the channels? I don't understand it. I honestly don't understand it. You've got fast players. Tottenham have quick players. Kudus, Tell, quick players. Siemens, quick players. Why not just put it in the channels? It baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. McGinn now with the corner. Comes in. Just cleared. Cash puts it back in, but has it bounced off a Tottenham player? Yes, another corner to Villa. Both teams looking a little bit iffy in terms of defending these corners. 11, just into the 12th minute. It would be brilliant if Villa could get back into this. Pau, Konsa, and Anana in the box. Goes to the back post, but it's overhit and goes out needless. I think he might have given a free kick if it had have gone in. I think maybe Morgan Rogers just nudged him. No, he didn't. Didn't do anything. So, yeah, Vicario just going to take his time. Rich, please, if we do score, mate, or if we've got a goal against, please no spoilers. A long ball down the line into Kudus. He does well to hold it up, but we're forcing him back. Goes back to all the way to the goalkeeper now. I need to get Marlin in this game a little bit because I think he could cut a bit of an isolated figure if we don't get him in this game. Yeah, we're not pressing, are we, Rich? We're not pressing, mate. It's I don't know. I think we have done a couple of times. We've forced them into a couple of mistakes, but as it stands at the moment, we're just filtering into position, and that's not what I like Villa doing because we tend to get sloppy. Van de Ven back to Bentancur, just inside their own half at the minute. Danso out to Porro, tries to quicken up into Kudus, but he has to go back. And then Danso is going to go back to Vicario. Van de Ven now out to Spence, back to Vicario. So Tottenham not really looking to get too much on the front foot. Maybe looking to spring the high line if they can. Tell was looking to get him behind there. Bentancur is acting like an extra centre back. Now Danso tries to go long. Villa drop off well. And Dina wins the header, but it bounces up. Kudus now pressed by Torres, goes back to Porro into Palhinha. Kudus now trying to beat Luca Dean down the line. Dina does well. And does he get the free kick? Should do. Hit the like button, people. Please, if you haven't already. We're just getting into the 15th minute on the road to 10K. Long ball from Dina into Gesson, but McGinn now pressing, and we keep Tottenham penned in if we can. Look, there's goals in this for us if we just have a bit of belief. But at the moment, it just seems like really sluggish at the minute. Wild clearance from Tottenham. Gesson picks it up, goes to Cash, who hits the shot. Oh, just wide. Good effort from Matty Cash there. This is what I'm saying. Tottenham aren't brilliant when they're clearing it. And the conditions in it's going to be bouncing around. There's going to be all sorts of potential mistakes. Decent effort from Cash, just wide. It was probably always dragged wide, but still, take a shot. That's if you don't shoot, you don't score. Van de Ven into Tell. Conte doing well against him, wins the slide tackle, but Tottenham pick it up. And Arna now wins it. Tries to get it to Rodgers, but a smashed clearance from, I think it was Jed Spence, and it goes out of play. It might have been Van de Ven. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 0. Torres now looking for a pass. Kamara's hardly been involved. We need to get him into the game. Into McGinn, who goes back out to Luca Dean. Really, this is what annoys me away from home. This is where you want your midfielders to really step up and start dictating the game. But Kamara, for me, away from home, doesn't dictate the game enough. He's on the ball now. Can he get something moving? Plays it to Kamara, to Anana, who just lays it off. Someone needs to take some responsibility. Now, McGinn out to Luca Dean, but poor control, and it's out of play. Not sure how Unai will be feeling about this start right now, because I think he can see there's an opportunity here, but we're just not doing enough at the moment. Jed Spence now driving forward, tries to play Odebear behind. Cash just needs to be careful, but he does really well to defend there. Now Kamara plays it to Rodgers. Can Rodgers get running? No, he tries to play an outside of the foot, difficult pass, but he manages to feed it into Marlon, but Marlon loses it to Porro and then gives away the free kick. I don't know why Rodgers tried that then. That was a silly pass to try. I know, I get what he was trying to do. Like, I think he probably saw Marlon make a run in behind, but I think he might have just spooned the pass. But he could have carried it on. We want Rodgers in the team for his running power with the ball. Long ball now. Tell's got to be offside. Yeah, clearly offside. Carries on playing after the referee's blown his whistle. Yeah, he's strayed way offside. I do think Villa can get back into this game. Tottenham aren't amazing here. We just need a bit more belief. Conte now plays it into Kamara, who's trying to drive forward. Palhinha, or Siemens, I think, with the slide tackle. A bit of a reckless tackle, to be honest. Yeah, Rich, it's interesting to see how, because both of them like to take the ball from the defender and they kind of take each other's space. Cash tries playing to Gesson, but puts too much on the pass. Again, a little bit of a wasted opportunity there. When the pass was on, it just needed a bit more care with the pass. And Gesson was in there. Look, if we can maintain and we can keep a foothold in this game, we can definitely get back into this. Spence now tries to play it across, and Bentancur kicks it out of play. I don't know if it's the referee giving a free kick or is it a throw in? That was good play from Villa. Good pressing. Throwing in an attacking position now. Cash with the long throw into Rodgers, who tries to get on the end of it, but he's gone down now. And now Odebear is trying to drive forward. He's ran for about 3 tackles, but does well there. Kamara, and then gets on with the slide tackles, and it goes out of play. But I don't know if Rodgers took a bit of a knock as he went up for the header. Danso now plays it out to Porro, who's got a bit of space. looks to drive the ball in early, looking at the back stick for Odegaard, but the ball's just going to bounce on this surface. And it goes out for a goal kick. Just coming up to 20 minutes. And look, since that goal, Cash has had an effort, but Villa, the players mainly being in Tottenham's half, Villa have settled into the game quite well. The problem is that 1-0 down after really poor decision-making and poor defending from the corner. So now we're facing an uphill battle to get back into this game. Villa playing it across the back now. Torres has got it. He goes long, looking for, I think it was looking for Gesson, who went down. Bit of space for Jed Spence, who slows it down and goes into Palhinha. Tottenham not looking to drive forward as quickly as they maybe have done under previous managers. Now they go long. Kudus tries to get behind Luka Dean, tries to beat him one-on-one, cuts back. Onana now to back up, and it's blocked for a corner. Kudus seems like the threat against Luka Dean at the minute, the real threat. If he gets him isolated 1v1, it's dangerous. Let's see if we can defend this corner and the second phase better than we did the first one. Slightly again, same setup. All of the Spurs players bunching beyond the far post. Now they're making different runs. Some of them going towards the front, some of them staying at the back, but it's straight into Emi Martinez's hands. Is he looking to release it quickly? No, he's going to hold on to it. Drops it to his feet now, goes out to Konsa, who tries to drive forward, plays a nice ball into Rodgers, who does really well there. But we play, he stopped it. Ref stopped it. We were through then. Is it a yellow card, though, for someone? I think McGinn's saying, why didn't you play on? Who got the yellow? Was it Palhinha? Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, no, Van de Ven. That's good. Van de Ven on the yellow. That's a nasty challenge. So we've got to get onto Van de Ven now. McGinn now on the ball. Plays a tight one into Kamara there. What are you doing, John? Onana picks it up, though. Now he can drive through. Now you can drive. A good tackle from Siemens there. Now Odegaard's got the opportunity to run with it. Plays it out to Tell. He's 1v1 against Matt Cash. Cuts inside. Plays it to Odegaard. And it's not a foul. Good tackle. Kamara comes out with it. Plays it to Rodgers, who's got time and space. He tries to play it into Gesson, but Gesson's not going to beat Van de Ven for pace. And he ends up fouling him. You got to think who you're playing against. The ball there was to carry on with it. Then you isolate Van de Ven. Then you play it in once you've isolated him. That's a good tackle. Good tackle. And it wasn't in the box anyway, so. Spurs playing it across the back. Bentancur just dropping in as that extra centre half. Allows the fullbacks to go forward. Not got Marlon in this game at all, have we? Rodgers is picking up the ball in some nice spaces, though. He's trying to press Bentancur, but he's done well to get out. But now Villa can spring in attack. Torres there keeps the ball nicely. Just blocked from playing the ball through to Kamara or Gesson. Now Spence can bring it forward. Plays the ball down the line. Gets it back from Tell. Plays to Odegaard. Again, though, it's not quick. The build-up's not quick from Spurs. Palhinha now. They're just playing it across towards the halfway line now. Van de Ven's got it. Now he plays it out to Spence, who's against Gesson, but he's slowed it down again. He goes back. Van de Ven across to Palhinha. Now across to Danso. He tries to drive forward with it now. drops a little ball into Porro against Torres, and Torres tackles him, but it goes out for a corner. We can be much more. What's the word? We could be much more on the front foot against these. They're not attacking much. They're not very adventurous. There's no belief at the minute. There's not enough players around players on the ball. So when Rodgers gets the ball, we haven't got enough attacking options around him for him to pass to. Tottenham put the corner in, a high one towards the back stick again, but it goes out harmlessly for a goal kick. Yeah, just the belief. I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments. It just seems like we are waiting for something to happen again away from home, waiting for something to happen rather than making it happen for ourselves. There's players that we have in the team, McGinn, Onana, Kamara, Rodgers, Gesson, who can get on the ball and drive it forwards, but they're not doing it. Long ball from Martinez. Marlon decides not to challenge, but Danso heads it out for a throw-in just inside the Tottenham half. Or halfway inside now. Dean has pinched a few yards. See, that's too slow. McGinn made the run and you're not watching. Right, into McGinn now. Nice bit of play, but again, it's just too rushed. And it's a throw into Tottenham. The balance isn't right. McGinn's out on the left. He needs to be in the meat of it. He needs to be in the middle. I think Rich has mentioned about Buendia. We need Buendia on at the minute to put a bit of bite in the attacking options, in the attacking areas. And we probably need Maatsen on as well, just to tie things up, because him, Buendia, and Marlon work well together. We just seem a little bit disjointed. Something just a little bit missing. Physically, we're coping. And we can see we can get into some good areas, but there's a bit of belief there that's just missing with this current 11 that's out on the pitch at the minute. Konsa now plays a lovely ball into Marlon, who's through against Danso. Oh, he just gets eased off the ball there. Lovely ball from Konsa, but Marlon just couldn't quite bring it under control now. Tottenham trying to spring an attack. Long ball from Porro out to Odebear. 1v1 against Cash. Cuts inside, hits the shot, and it's parried by Martinez, and he manages to claim it. That's what they're looking to do. As soon as we go on the attack, the long ball spring out to the wide men. Isolate us 1v1. Odebear does well to cut inside, but to be honest, the shot's from quite far out, and Martinez did okay in the end. Now Martinez goes long into Gesson, who holds the ball up really well there. Brilliant hold-up play. Out to Cash. Now into Konsa. Now that's exactly what you need to do. Kamara now to Onana, who just slowed it down, but nice little ball into Gesson, but a poor touch that time. And Tottenham pick it up now. Kudus trying to run with it, but McGinn manages to hold him up well. See there, Gesson. If he'd have picked up, his first touch would have been where he wanted it to go, then he'd have been right on the defenders. Odebear now just drops it back into Van der Ven. It's a frustrating game. This is a frustrating game. Bentancur out to Van der Ven. Van der Ven out to Spence now. We're just not pressing. We're just ambling to the players. We need to up the tempo here. It's like it's not even a press. We're just dropping into our own half. Now we're starting to press a bit, but again, it's just in ones. Force the ball back to the goalkeeper, though. He goes out to Van der Ven, who's going to go long now. Konsa's going to try to challenge for the header, but McGinn picks it up. Is that a free kick? I think Cash went up for it. Maybe got a push in the back. To be honest, Rich, with regards to Rodgers, he's done okay. It's probably not. I think there's other players in there as well that are a bit anonymous. It's not even that they're not getting on the ball. It's just when they're on the ball, it's the decision making and the lack of positivity. It's the lack of belief. Like if last season's Morgan Rodgers would pick the ball up in those areas and he would run with the ball and he would eat up the ground. Whereas at the moment, no one's believing that they can do anything. Villa pick it up in midfield. McGinn out to Luka Dean now, faced up by Porro and Kudus. Manages to battle his way through. Don't give a free kick, but he can't get through two of them, and then it goes out off McGinn for a throw into Tottenham, I think. We just need to back each other up a little bit. Graham, guess on it worth 30 million, absolutely useless. Dean, you're having the run around, stop effing about with it at the back. Rodgers needs benching. There you go, mate. Some of that, I don't disagree with. It just seems like a lack of belief at the moment, particularly away from home. It's like we're waiting for someone to do something when the players need to do it themselves. Like, when's Rodgers going to take a shot? When's Onana going to take a shot? We've had one shot at the moment from Cash. We've got attacking players on the pitch. Someone needs to do something. Cash with the ball now. He'll go back to Konsa. Tottenham have filtered back in, every man behind the ball, so it's going to be difficult for us to break it down. It needs someone to do something. See, we're messing about with it again. Tell now, running at Kamara, gets into the penalty box. Kamara does well though. I think Tell slipped, and now we can bring it clear. But again, it's Kamara. Nobody moving, and he's trying a difficult pass against two Tottenham players around him. And there we go. Surprise, surprise. Amadou Onana is injured, and I'm sure we'll have to go off. It's a good tackle by Palhinha. He's got to be all right off that. Come on. Well, that'll be Onana going off at half-time then. Just over half an hour gone. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 0. It's just showing the Bentancur goal there. Rodgers getting caught out at the back post. The header back from Pedro Porro, I believe, and just no marking off that second phase. Ball bounces down and Bentancur puts it in. 5 minutes into the game. And yeah, just poor from Villa at the minute in terms of its approach play on the ball. We've got the spaces. They're giving us time. They're giving us space to attack. We're just not doing anything with it. We're not believing in ourselves. We've had one decent effort from Matty Cash. That's it. That's it. There's no pressing. When we are pressing, we're pressing in ones, maybe twos. When we've players on the ball, there's no movement. It's just very, very. It's just really disjointed at the minute, and I'm not quite sure why it is like that. And has that 4 wins, as I always had in the back of my mind, if we don't turn this around, I mean, we could turn it around, but I had in the back of my mind that those 4 wins would papered over the cracks a little bit in terms of the opposition, the probability that we'd win a game, and just the nature of those games and the nature of the standard of the games that we had after international break. Long ball from Cash up the line to Gesson. Vicario comes out and puts it out for a throw-in. Yeah, lack of energy. Yes, Rich. Onana's coming back on. I don't know what's going on there. Can we get a goal before half time? There's probably going to be a bit of injury time, so I think there'll be probably about 12, 13, about 15 minutes left. Nice play from Gesson, nice play from Kamara into Rodgers, but he gives it away. and Tottenham can clear. Good win back from Konsa. Kamara now out to Onana. Getting pressed by Palini, but plays it out to McGinn. McGinn into Luka Dean. Can he put it across the box? Great ball across. Vicario punches it clear, gets a good punch on it. Villa keep it alive with McGinn. Again to Kamara. It's a poor pass. To Luka Dean, sorry, a poor pass from McGinn. Win it back though. Onana, shoot. Oh, Kudus does well. Villa keeping it alive though, putting them under pressure. Konsa to poor ball into Onana, and he slows it down. Those passes, man, they slow it down. Why are you playing through the middle, going wide? Now Siemens brings it clear. Odegaard now running at Cash. Does a couple of step overs, tries to go inside, but Onana does well to hold him up and takes the ball off him well. And he's back up though. Oh, just casual again, but managed to do well to get it clear. And then Konsa clears it to, lovely play from Gesson, but poor touch from Rodgers. Couldn't quite, if he'd have took that touch then better, he'd have been on the run. Again, we've not got Marlon in this game at all. I think he's probably had 3 touches all game. Not got him in the game at all. Decent bit of pressure from Villa, but we still didn't have a proper shot. Two shots each for both teams, but 2 on target for Tottenham. We've only had 3 touches in the opposition box. Digne now picks it up, plays it to Torres. Torres now back to Martinez. Onana's in space if he wants it, but he doesn't want it. He's hiding. And now he'll go back. Now Rodgers on it. He's pressed. See, you've got to be cleverer than that. But goes to Cash, plays a long one into Gesson, who brings it down well. Don't foul Spence, but Spence does well to go back to Vicario. Marlon's going to press. And Vicario, what the hell was that? Tried a clearance with his left foot. Konsa there does well against Tell. Kamara now, nice little turn. Trying to play it into McGinn. McGinn now into Rodgers. Rodgers, he's too slow again. Loses it. He's got to come off at half time, this guy. He's too slow on the ball. Gesson now faced up 1-on-1 against Spence. Goes into Rodgers. Rodgers, now he's running through. Hits the shot. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! I literally said he's got to come off. What a goal! He just thought, sod this, forget passing it. I just might as well hit it. Hits it from 25 yards into the top corner. Morgan Rodgers, what a goal, son. What a hit, son. Just, he tries another pass, gives it away, gets it back, and then just thinks, one touch, sod this, I'm just going to hit it. Beautiful strike over Vicario's arms into the top corner. Fantastic goal. And it's Aston Villa 1, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 1. What a great goal. And finally, Morgan Rodgers, are you back? Are you back, my son? Great goal. It worked. Yes, it worked, Graham. It worked. Yes, Rich. Yeah, Fernie, 36 minutes and 4 shots. It's all possession. Yeah, exactly, mate. It's terrible, isn't it? But fair enough. 36 minutes and 53 seconds. Morgan Rodgers with the goal. Now, Van der Ven's trying to bring it forward. He has to go back to Bentancur. I said, if we put pressure, if we had some belief, and if we took a shot, if we struck the ball, we could get back in it. And it's exactly what he did. Shoot from outside the box. Now, Kudus got a bit of space. Keeps it in play. Digne trying to hold him up. Plays it to Porro. Gets it back. Puts a great ball in, a good ball in, but it's safely into Martinez's hands. Now he tries to spring an attack. Gives it to Rodgers. Rodgers now just about gets through, but it's no free kick. He looks like he's injured though. Siemens is coming forward. It's held up. Oh, great tackle from Kamara. Oh, bit of pushing and shoving now. I'm not sure what the referee's seen. And referee having a word with Van de Ven and John McGinn. I think Seaman's trying to make a worse out of what the situation was. Rodgers looked like he went down injured though. He tried to get around Palhinha, then tried to take it around Tell. Got a clip, but he literally put his arm up to the bench straight away. I think it might have been as he's gone down there. His right calf. I don't know. He's up on his feet there. Yeah, I think he's done. Here's the goal. Cuts inside Siemens. Strikes it with that inside of the foot, just the end of the toe there. No spin on it at all, and just pure power into that top corner. I think he might be all right. But the referee gave a free kick to Tottenham. Need to defend this. Porro standing over the ball. It's about 35 yards out. It looks like he's going to have a shot. All sorts going on. Now Pau Torres has gone down, like he's hurt himself. Back up. Porro now plays it out wide. It hits the ref, but it's to Kudus, goes across. Oh, Tell had pretty much an empty net to put it in. And is that a free kick? Got to be a free kick. I'm not sure what McGinn's going on about here, but the ball went out, hits the ref. I think he's saying that he was fouled. And then Danso was offside. Yeah. Don't think there was much chance of Tell putting it in anyway. It was past him by the time he put his foot up, to be fair. So, yeah. Fuss over nothing. Oh, and here we go again. Playing it out from the back. End up doing quite well here. Digne to McGinn. He's trying to put it over Palhinha. It doesn't work. Marlon is just wasted here. Tottenham now trying to get back in the lead before half-time. Don't foul. It goes back to Porro just on the halfway, and he goes back to Danso. Danso back to Vicario. Morgan Rodgers has come back on, but I can't see him lasting, to be honest. He's running a bit gingerly. It's a shame. To Van de Ven now. Marlon trying to put a bit of pressure on Danso. McGinn now stepping out. Porro goes long. Martinez there just deals with it straight out of play to Rosed. No messing about. It's a bit scrappy at the minute. Both teams. Throwing into Palhinha, but Onana does really well and wins the throw-in. Now Villa just need to calm it down a bit. If you haven't already, people, please do hit the like button if you've just joined us on the road to 10K. If you want to subscribe as well. Rich has become a member as well today, renewed his membership, so thank you very much. If you want to become a member, click the join button, just $1.99 a month. Helps us bring some content for you. Stops me from ranting. Can't come on. Conte did well there, but just messed up with his pass. Spence goes back to Vicario. Vicario out to Danso. Tottenham trying to look like they're trying to step it up a little bit here. We're just getting into the 45th minute. We'll see what stoppage time we'll get shortly. Some of you might know already, to be fair. Danso now has got a bit of space to operate and he goes out wide to Porro. McGinn trying to hold him up. And yeah, again, not seeming too adventurous. Van de Ven out to Spence. Gesson holding him up there. Goes back to Bentancur across to Danso on the halfway line. Out to Porro now. Porro into Kudus, but Digne does well. I'm not sure what he's given there. I think he's given a free kick. I don't know. This ref seems really keen to stop it and just talk to players for ages about what he's doing, and no one has an idea what he is actually doing. Yeah, is it a foul? I don't know. 5 minutes injury time. I might see that in a minute, Rich. Hopefully not. Kudus now. Back to Porro, swings it in. Torres with the header clear. It's Siemens on the edge of the box. Plays it out to Odobert. Odobert now crosses it in. And it's headed over by Van de Ven. Well, got ourselves back into it. It's not been a I think he might have been offside there, to be fair. It's not been a particularly great game, if I'm being honest. Trying to think about what I would say for the instant reaction. Apart from the 2 goals, there's been very little else to get too excited about. 1 save from Martinez from Odobert. 1 shot wide from Cash. And a decent cross from Luca Dean that was parried away. That's been about it. Torres now back to Martinez. Simmons trying to press him, but he goes long. Rogers now up with Van de Ven. Van de Ven wins the header, but it goes into Tell, who goes back to Spence. Still about 3 minutes to go. Palhinha now. Out to Danso. Tottenham trying to spread the play. He goes long into Porro. He controls it really well, puts the ball in. He's claiming for handball, but I think it just hit Torres on the thigh, to be fair. Porro picks it back up again. He goes back to the halfway line to Danso. Into Bentancur. Across to Van de Ven now. Back out wide to Spence out the other side. Spence now to Odobert. Emery trying to get everyone matched up man for man. Odobert into Palhinha. I always wondered about that with coaches when they try and tell players where to be, and then they can sometimes end up confusing them if they've got their eyes on the game. Gesson now to matching up against Spence. Does well against him. Really well against him. Now Villa trying to clear. Siemens goes into Kamara. Why would you do that? It's a ridiculous tackle. It's just seeing this if it was a handball. Nah, like I said, it hit his thigh. Xavi Siemens is quite good at closing. He's quite fast to close. He has put Kamara under some pretty decent pressure. Oh, it's going to go out, isn't it? That's unlucky. I know, and I almost released McGinn down the left-hand side, but the ball just had a bit too much pace on it. Goes out. All right, coming into the last minute before half time. Odebear now. Out to Spence, just about keeps it in play. Goes back to Simmons, and Kamara does well to hold him up. Tries to go down for a foul, but Tottenham pick it up. Spence now puts it in, and it's out for a corner. Oh, last 30 seconds before half time. I think the Tottenham fans behind the goal were trying to say handball, but nah. I don't think he would have given it anyway, even if it had been. It was in the act of sliding in to block it. Here we go again. Tottenham all bunched at the behind the back post. They'll make different runs here. Probably 2 or 3 will attack the front post. Here they go. Someone will stay at the back. Ball comes in. Martinez flapping at it. Manages to clear it. And now Rodgers. And it's half time. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 1. Bentancur putting Tottenham into the lead inside the first 5 minutes. Very, very scrappy game. After that, both teams not really testing each other out. Tottenham didn't really go after it and try and get a second. Villa gradually got into the game without really threatening at all. Cash had a shot, just went wide. Looked like the game was just meandering into nothing. Villa didn't really have any belief that they could get back into it. And in this passage of play where Morgan Rodgers gave the ball away about 3 times, but managed to, the third time he gave it away, he got it back into his feet, took it inside Xavi Simmons, and then smashed it into the top corner. And you've got to ask yourself, why aren't the players taking more shots? If the conditions are like they are, it's slippy on the surface. It's going to be bouncing up. It's scrappy in midfield. We should be taking more shots. We should be testing this goalkeeper out, but we're just not. We're not testing the goalkeeper out enough. But we're 1-1. We can get back in. We can certainly know we can get more out of this game. We certainly know we can get more out of this game, and we can push. We can push further forward. We can definitely push further forward. We can get some more belief. We've got substitutes that we can make as well to strengthen it, to change it. So there's absolutely no reason why we can't win this game. Absolutely no reason whatsoever why we can't win this game. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, because this game is there to be won. Yes, mate. Yes, Rodgers out brigade. Yes. You can't tell me that you were not throwing things at the TV screen every time he had the ball, and you weren't asking for him to be subbed, because he was not having a good game, and he's still not having a particularly good game. He scored a goal, which is absolutely brilliant, but you can't say he's having a good game. I would caveat that with that there aren't many other Aston Villa players that are having a good game. I mean, who in the chat do you think who's had a good half? Who in the chat's had a good half? I mean, Marlon's probably touched the ball 3 times. Gesson's been okay defensively, but still lacking that confidence going forward. McGinn, I always feel like he's doing his job for the team, but he's wasted out on that left-hand side because he's not in the thick of it. Onana is doing okay, but he's a bit casual on the ball at times. Kamara has been in and out of the game. At times he looks really good, but he's getting pressed by Siemens, and then he's getting found into sort of troubled times. The right back, Cash, I'd probably say Cash, I'd probably say Cash has been our best player. Cons has been good. Torres has been pretty good. Them two at centre-back look pretty good. Luka Dean's had a tough time, but he's against Kudus. It's interesting. Apart from Bruno at Man U, have you ever known someone cry out so loud when tackled than Porro? Honestly, mate, it's a joke. It's a joke. Thankfully, I've got the sound down, so I can't see it, but it's shocking. It's shocking. I think there was a player yesterday in the game who screamed out, and you think, I think it might have been in the Chelsea game, screamed out like he'd been shot, like he was a really bad injury. And you're thinking, oh my God, what's happened to him? What is he really injured? Is he really injured? And then he's standing up in the next couple of minutes. Honestly, it's just they'll do anything to try and get an advantage against the opposition, or try and make the referee make some sort of decision. And I don't know how they can look at a fellow professional in the eye if they've done something to get them sent off, or they've done something to win a penalty or something. It just seems wrong to me. But yeah, it's not good. It ain't good. And like you say, I mean, if you're crying that you've been hurt when it's just a normal tackle. And the worst thing is it's always the ones that tend to be the worst offenders. Pedro Porro has got a track record for some really bad challenges. Yet he's the one who goes screaming when someone puts a tackle in. Jim, I prefer Bizot in goal than Martinez right now. I don't think Martinez has done anything particularly wrong, has he? But I just think it's good having two goalkeepers that you wouldn't mind putting in, because if we go back to last season, you see what we had when Robin Olsen had to come on, and how the defenders panicked so much whenever he played. It was like night and day now. So I think that's the good thing. Fernie, McGinn always puts a shift in. He absolutely does, mate. I wish he was more involved in the centre. That's what I want. I want him more involved, because I think he could really ruffle Palhinha's feathers. I think he could get someone like Van der Ven in trouble, because Van der Ven's on a yellow card. That's what I really think could happen, because when McGinn's on his game, when McGinn's flying through the central areas, he's really difficult to bring down, to stop, and you have to bring him down. So that's what I think. I would maybe like to see. I don't know how they could maneuver this. Maybe they could take Guessand off and maybe shuffle the players across, and maybe put Rodgers more out from the right, McGinn through the middle, and then Buendia off from the left. Maybe that's something that you could maybe consider. But yeah, McGinn definitely puts a shift in. Torres been pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I want to see him get on the ball a little bit more, because they're giving him some time and space. If we can get him playing balls through into midfield a bit more, that for me can be the key to winning this game. Barkley in, Onana out. Interesting one. Haven't seen anything from Spurs that I'm worried about. Not yet. I mean, who have they got on the bench? Have they got Richarlison on the bench? Let's see who they've got on their bench, because Brennan Johnson loves a goal. Kolo Muani, I think he's back fit. So they've got Richarlison who would come on, Muani would come on, and Brennan Johnson who would come on, and then Pape Sarr in midfield, or Bergvall in midfield, and other ones are young defenders. I mean, they haven't got a full quota on the bench, to be fair. Villa have got Watkins, Sancho, Barkley, Bogard, Elliott, Buendia, Lindelof, Maatsen, and Bizot. So you could make a case for maybe Maatsen coming on later at left back to give us a bit more attacking threat down the left. Certainly make a case for Buendia, potentially Elliott through the middle, or if Rodgers needs to come off. Sancho maybe later on in the game, and certainly Watkins for Marlon, because, as I say, I don't recall Marlon having any sort of effect on the game. I mean, if I have a look, touches-wise, he's had 5 touches all game. 5 touches all game. I mean, talk about being isolated. Guesson's had 14 touches. McGinn's had 18 touches. So again, not great. Rodgers, probably the most involved, obviously with his goal as well. 21 touches. So we just need to get more players involved. On FotMob, they've got Kamara as the best player for Villa so far. Everyone else is around about the 6.5 mark. And then Marlon's on 5.9. But Tell's probably not had many touches either, has he? For them. You're talking touches-wise, 14 touches. So he's not been massively involved. We need Buendia's energy. Yes, Jim, I agree. Someone said Spurs have been wasteful in midfield as well. Why do they need so many strikers? I mean, yeah, it's interesting, because then you're thinking, well, Bergvall probably comes up. Sarr comes on in midfield for them. Bergvall maybe later on in the game as well, but then you're thinking a triple substitution across the front line. But you probably expect Kudus to stay on, wouldn't you, for most of the game? We've been a bit lucky, but their forwards can't hold their runs yet. True, I agree, Joe. But look, I think we've defended pretty well in open play. We need to tighten up on our set piece defending, and maybe that's a situation. Who was it in the chat we mentioned about Bizot, Jim? Maybe there's a situation where Martinez isn't organising as much or isn't vocal as he maybe has been or should be to organise that defence, because we just seem to be a bit all over the place when the ball comes back into the box. We need Luton, Barkley in that midfield. Yeah, definitely. I just don't know if Luton, Ross Barkley is around anymore, unfortunately. But he can be effective for Villa. So I do. There would be a time where I can see Barkley being used, but it'd be interesting to see what stage of the game, what state the game will be in when he would be brought on, because you got to think that he's the option for Kamara or Onana. I don't think Onana lasts the full match. Then you've got the situation with Gesson, Rogers, McGinn. So you're probably thinking Elliott and Buendia. And then you've got Watkins up top. So that's, 4 substitutes? Then you've got the likes of Bogard or Matson or Sancho. So he's got a lot of cards to play. It'd be interesting to see in what stage he plays them and who is going to be used first. I don't know if it's a game for Jadon Sancho. I don't know if it is. But then they're giving us time and space. They're giving us time and space, aren't they? So, interesting one. Now the score's at 1-1. What do you think the state of the game is? I mean, do we go all out and do we go all out for the win, or do we contain again and do we just try and pick them off, pick our chances? Do you think Tottenham are going to really come out all guns blazing in the start of the second half? I mean, is that Thomas Frank? Is that his style? Is that his style? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Rogers scores the same amount of goals this season as me in Sunday League. Oh, well. Well, for Valley, I don't know what you like in Sunday League, mate. Hopefully. Problem is nowadays football are athletes, no creativity like Beckham, Scholes, Gerrard, etc. Yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? We love these we love the players that have the creativity, the flair. There's just not so many of them around anymore. I mean, you look at on the pitch, you look at Buendia or someone who's got that bit of creativity. You look at Simons on Tottenham's team, who's got that bit of creativity, but he's kind of just doing a standard central midfielder's job right now, just running around. Yeah, let's Frank make the changes done first. Yeah. If we can frustrate them for that first 15 minutes of the second half, he's obviously going to have to play his hand. I don't know if he'll make any substitutions at half time. So he's going to have to do something at some point, and then we'll be able to do something. Yeah, Geordie, I've seen your comment, mate. So 1-1 as it stands at the moment. Where are Villa in the table as it stands? Have we gone up any places? In 13th position as it stands, same points as Chelsea. Oh no, that's the home form. What am I talking about? Keep doing that. Up to 11th as it stands on 10 points. If we win today, we could go 9th. Yeah, we could go 9th, certainly into the top 10 anyway. Which would be a much better looking position right now. Yeah, Marlon's lost for some reason. This is what I said at the start of the game. Before the game started, I said the only thing I would say about Marlon up top is, particularly away from home, is he going to be isolated? And that's exactly what's happened. I think he's had 5 touches in that whole of the first half. He Are we pressing? Are we asking him to press? Are we asking him to drop in? Are we asking him to try and get in behind? Are we asking him to hold the ball up? I don't quite know what we're asking him to do in his defense, because when we've tried to press, we've done it. He's gone forward, and then another player's maybe backed him up, but the team hasn't pushed up with him, or the midfield hasn't pushed up with him. When we've tried to play long, we've isolated him against Danso. He's never going to beat Danso in the air. He's not dropping deep for the ball to pick it up, and then we're not getting runners in behind him. So I feel a bit sorry for him, but equally, he's got to try and get himself in the game. They're just showing Watkins there warming up, but he's not stripped off or anything. So I don't know if they're going to be bringing him on at half time. I wouldn't imagine they'll be bringing him on at half time. Can we sign Mateta and Wharton? Oh, mate, I would love those players. Adam Wharton, for me, he's the best centre midfielder in the Premier League. I know he's been injured at times to get in the England team, but he's brilliant for me. I love watching him play football. I would absolutely love him in our team. Yeah, let's hope Ollie's hungry off the bench, could motivate him to make an impression. Definitely. Teams coming out now. Tottenham coming out first. Villa following up behind. Which team is going to start this second half in the quickest? Because sometimes Villa don't start halves too well. I don't know if it's still raining over there in London. Rodgers is still around, so he should be all right. Got off the mark in the first half with a great goal. Absolutely brilliant finish. Can we see Rodgers now win the game for Villa? Tottenham in their huddle, ready to kick off shortly. Thomas Frank there talking with his coaches. Neither team have made any substitutions at half time. Tottenham now looking ready to kick off. And we're off. Throw in to Villa, is it? Luca Dean now trying to play forwards, but it was a poor pass to him, and then he had to just try and improvise, and he thought maybe McGinn was out wide, but he wasn't, and he's put it out of play. But it's now a throw-in to Tottenham on the halfway line. Again, Porro taking his time with it. Villa pick it up with Torres. Plays it into Rodgers to Onana, who goes back to Luca Dean. Kudus now putting pressure on Villa, playing nice little triangles there. Dean goes long into Marlon. He can't bring it into control. Tough ball for him, to be fair. I think he's probably looking for it in behind. Tottenham now trying to step up the attack. Odegaard now trying to face up Matty Cash. Holds it up and he goes back to Bentancur, who goes out to Spence now. Spence puts it in the box. Onana with the header up into the air. Kudus now picks it up. Goes back to Porro. McGinn now pressing, but Porro does well. McGinn does well not to give a foul away, to be fair. Kudus to Porro. Slowed right down, and he goes back to Danso towards the halfway line. He goes across to Van der Ven into Simmons. Simmons out to Spence. Tottenham have some good possession here. Out to Odegaard. Simmons now out on the left-hand side. Kamara facing him up this time and does really well. And Simmons just wrestles him to the ground. That's about 3 fouls he's given now. Surely he must be close to a yellow card here. Kamara, very good defending there against Xavi Simons. He's frustrated in this game, hasn't he? Yes, Patty, great to have you in the chat. Come on, Villa. Consonant. Villa playing triangles, trying to get it out. Tottenham trying to press. Cash goes long, but it's out of play. Did it flick off a Tottenham player? I think it might have done. Yeah, very much a start, like the start of the game. Neither team with much belief that they can really go after and win this game. Neither team really trying to put a hell of a lot of pressure on the opposition. And yeah, just there's an opportunity for both teams to really go after this game and win it. It's just who's going to go and do it. Torres now drives forward and plays it to Dina, but Dina goes back now as Villa have got it on the halfway line, looking to set something up. Into Rodgers. Rodgers lays it onto Onana. He plays a nice pass out wide to Dina. Dina puts the ball in, picks it back up again. Oh, he's fouled. Danso. And he looks like he's come off worse. And so Danso goes to clear it. And then he stamps on Dina's ankle, but nah. I think it was in the action of putting the ball out of play, but he definitely treads on his ankle. I just think it's a coming together. Dina looks hurt here. Good job we've got Maatsen on the bench. It was nice play from Villa, to be fair. I think that pass from Onana to set him up to put the initial cross in probably wasn't quite enough on the pass. Oh, how many times are we going to see the Bentancur goal? Come on. Like, yes, we know it's 1-1. Rodgers goal, 37 minutes. Still nothing really happening right now. Rodgers just talking with Kamara and McGinn. Luca Dean on the floor. I think he's probably going to have to come off. Is that Kolo Muani on the bench looking highly excited to be watching his team? Yeah, it wasn't a foul because he's after the ball, so just showing it again. Danso clears it. As he goes to plant his foot, Dina's put his foot in for the challenge. Oh, have we got a penalty here? Nah, it can't be. No. Play's going on. Rodgers puts the ball in, and it's into the goalkeeper. He rolls it out to Dina's fine. Bentancur now. To Palhinha. Palhinha looking to switch the play, puts a good ball out to Odobert. It's a nice touch. Trying to beat Cash. Gesson's holding him up as well. Forces him back to Spence. Palhinha now, about 35 yards out, but he goes back to Porro out to Kudus now. But McGinn does really well against him. And so throw in to Tottenham. Dean is back on. 52 minutes gone, but obviously there's a long stoppage there for Luca Dean. Comes a long throw. Long throw from Danso now. Ball in, and Onana flicks. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, my word. Onana doing his best job to help Tottenham there. Wins the header, flicks it on, bounces off Cash. Odebear smashes it. It hits Konsa on his chest with his arms, but it's not a handball because his arms are right in. But honestly, another set piece where we're just struggling. We're at 6s and 7s. Another long throw coming up. He's taking his time with these. All right, come on, Martinez. All right, Danso now. Big throw. That's a much better header from Onana there. That's why he's in the side. Yeah, Gesson does well to block that. We're going to have to watch out, though, putting us under a bit of pressure here. Porro goes inside. Lovely ball to cut us across. Konsa does well. Villa just managed to clear it. McGinn tries to hold it up, but Bentancur's got it here. Palhinha hits the shot. Oh, and great save from Martinez. Putting us under a bit of pressure here. Good defending from Konsa there. He knew the ball was coming in. McGinn tried to turn him, but couldn't. And then, yeah, I think it was going wide, to be honest, from Palhinha. But you can't take any chances, and Martinez puts it out for a throw-in. Just need to ride this storm. Corner to Tottenham, goes short. Porro now out to Spence, who puts it in first time, and it's a free header. Brilliant save, but he was offside and get the free kick. Brilliant save from Martinez. He wasn't to know that. Ball goes back to Spence. Villa do well to get out. Yeah, he's comfortably offside. Bentancur again, though. We're leaving these players in free. Just you've got to keep your eye on the players when you're running out. You can't just run out blind. Tottenham since the first 5 minutes, since the injury to Luca Dean, Tottenham have been really on the front foot. But Villa now just need to settle it down, pick up the throw in. That'll give Martinez some confidence, though. Luca Dean now preparing for the throw. He doesn't get a towel. Onana picks it up, and it's a throw into Villa. Just edging up the pitch here. So see, they get towels. Dean has to dry it with his shirt. Goes short into McGinn. McGinn now battling with Onana. It's too scrappy in that middle. We need to get the ball out wide. Konsa now to Torres. Torres now drives it into McGinn. Lovely ball. McGinn now into Marlon. Great first touch. Yeah! Hits the post. Brilliant ball in from Torres. Great play from McGinn. Slides into Marlon. Great first touch. Hits the shot, and it's just into the side netting. I thought that was flying into the top corner. That is just where we need him. Came alive. Tottenham take ages with these these goal kicks. Go long. Torres wins the header. Tottenham trying to pick up the second ball. Forced wide by Konsa. Drops it back. Hits to Simmons. Simmons coming inside, trying to shoot. To Palhinha. Hits the shot, but it's miles wide. Game's getting a little bit stretched. I think Richarlison looked like he was coming on, so looks like Frank is playing his hand first. I imagine he'll be coming on for Matty's tell. Again, Martinez going long this time. Looking for Rodgers. Can't bring it under control. Rodgers now presses as the ball goes back to the goalkeeper. Vicario holding it up. I don't know if he's got a knock or something, Vicario. Great chasing. Great chasing. Now into Rodgers. Rodgers. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I think someone was offside. Putting them under pressure here. This game is here to be won. This game is there to be won, Villa. Come on. Giving him a real team talk here. Yeah, I think Rodgers must have been offside. Vicario goes long, so he must be all right then. Onana with a big header wins the header, but he drops to Simmons, who goes out wide to Odebear. Cash trying to hold him up. Puts the cross in, but Conte does well to clear. Just a little bit stretched here. Odebear running at Cash again. Gets into the box. Does well to Simmons. Just hold him up there. Out to Porro now. Cross comes in and it's comfortable. It deflects off McGinn. He takes the pace off it. And Martinez just grabs it. You just need to hold the ball a bit now. You need to get hold of the ball. Have some possession. Oh, Rodgers! You got this time and the space. The first touch again. It's a beautiful pass here. Spence now puts the ball in the box, right to the back stick, but it's out for a goal kick. Morgan Rodgers. Come on, you've got to concentrate more. He's got to come off. He's injured. He's injured, man. He's injured. Please, Emery, take him off. You're going to just do him some damage here. He's not fit. He needs to come off. Yeah, tell off for Richarlison. That's the first sub. It's not fair with Rodgers here. He looks injured. We've got Elliott. We could put Buendia in there. You could put Gesson in. Buendia's coming on. Here we go. And Watkins is coming on. Come on, win the game for us. Oh, Gesson's coming off for Buendia. And Marlon. So Rodgers is staying on. Oh, man, he's injured, man. The guy's injured. Anyway. Come on, Ollie. Yeah, it does seem that way with Elliott. But look, we've had this with other players who've come into the side and been signed and needed time. So, you know, we've said this numerous times. We said this about Yuri Tillemans, that Emery didn't like him. Headed down from Cash. Now McGinn's got the run. Oh, he has a shot. Oh, it's over. You could see him again. You could see him. He was desperate to shoot when he probably should have gone out wide to the left-hand side. I'm not sure who was on the left. Buendia was there, and if someone else, Rodgers was out on the left. He probably should have gone out there, but you could see he just wanted to shoot. Porro goes long. Good header down from Luka Dean, but it goes out of play. Now Villa are having a bit of time in the Tottenham half, which is good. I'm not sure with Garcia. I've not seen him in pictures in training or anything. Lovely winner from Onana there. Picks it back up. Villa getting the possession. Conce into Onana, into Buendia. Buendia does well to hold it up. Really nice play. Now we can attack. McGinn out wide to Luca Dean. Can he steady himself for the cross? Puts the cross into the back stick. It's cleared by Spence. McGinn now to Cash. Back to McGinn now. He goes back to Konsa. Villa now having the ball inside the Tottenham half. Into Onana. Linana tries to spin Danso, but he brings him down. Yes, you can't look all innocent. But it's better from Villa. Now the belief is starting to come back. I don't think actually Onana touched him there. Onana should have just slowed down. Danso chips it into Richarlison, who flicks it on, but Luca Dean picks it up into Ollie Watkins, who lays it off to Rodgers. Rodgers with just a poor layoff, but he tries to win it back. You can see what he's trying to do. Kudus now turns Luca Dean. He's got him on the run now. But Luca Dean managed to hold him up. Kamara now tries to put a tackle in. Goes back to Palhinha, across to Bentancur, out to Spence. Spence out to Odegaard. Odegaard to Simmons, who was just off balance when he received it. Now it's slowed down. Bentancur. Simmons now to Spence. Spence back to and across to Danso. It's gone back to halfway line. Buendia now trying to press Porro to Kudus now. Goes back to Danso. Tottenham now having a bit of possession. Odegaard trying to run at McGinn, but McGinn does well. Spence, no, they don't want to put it in the box yet. Goes back to to Van de Ven. Van de Ven to Danso. Danso now just dancing on the ball. He has to go. Watkins doing well to put him under pressure. It's a foul from Emmy. It was good from Watkins, that. Again, I don't know if that was a foul either. Put him under pressure. Yeah, I think that was a foul. Am I right in thinking Buendia? Was it Buendia and Douglas Luiz that scored a few seasons ago? Could Buendia be the match winner again? Kudus now trying to take on Buendia, and Luca Dean does well. Goes down there, puts the cross in, and it's out for a throw-in. Good play by McGinn. It might be time for Ian Matson, maybe. I think he got lucky there, to be fair. Ball was meant for Porro. Porro missed it, and Kudus just carried on with it. Again, here we go. We got time to use the towels for the home team. Emi Martinez trying to organise his defence. Danso now. Big throw over Martinez. He's trying to claim for a foul. Ball back in. Still bouncing around the edge of the box as the referee hasn't blown. Danso now goes down the line to Kudus. Torres now facing him up. Poor ball from Kudus, and Villa can bring it clear, but someone was offside. I hate it when Emmy does that. Tries to buy a free kick, and it was nowhere near a free kick. Someone's getting a yellow card here. Not sure who. Martinez standing his ground. It's not a foul, Emmy. What are you doing? So Dina clears it. Oh, there's Danso again. It must have been Danso with the yellow card then. So both centre-backs have yellow cards, and we haven't put any real pressure on them. Kamara now drops it into Pau Torres. It's a big pitch, this, isn't it? Torres goes with his right foot this time, trying to look for down the channels to to Watkins, but Danso sees it out of play. Oh, come on, just get up. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a physical game. Players put tackles in on each other. Just get up. Going for the long throw again. Here we are. There's a lot of stoppages in this game. Very scrappy. Richarlison now trying to start an attack. A brilliant tackle from Onana. Rogers there trying to pick it up to Buendia, and it's got to be a free kick. Come on. Brilliant play from Buendia there. Some lovely first touch. Just need to get him in a few more attacking areas. I tell you what, Cash has got loads of space out on that right-hand side if we could find him. Pau Torres now on the ball, looking for a pass in the middle. Kamara, it's a poor pass, but equally terrible pass from Tottenham, gives the ball back to Villa. I know what we're trying to do. We're trying to thread it through the midfield, but it's just a bit too intricate. Space is out wide, lads. Cash drops it back into Konsa. Konsa back to Martinez. Martinez into Amadou Onana, who takes a touch, goes back. Martinez goes long. Buendia leans into Palhinha, but he wins the header still. Onana does well, but scrappy again. Now Kudus has got a bit of time and space. Kamara does well to win the ball. Torres now plays it to Watkins. Villa can spring in attack here. Watkins does really well. Good strength. Takes it into the corner, and Palhinha does well to slide it out of play for a Villa throw-in. He just couldn't quite see the pass there, Watkins, but he did well to keep hold of the ball. Last quarter of the game, Villa have made 2 substitutions. Tottenham have made 1 substitute, and it's 1-1. Who is going to take the upper hand in this game? Kamara now looking for a pass, plays it into Ollie Watkins. Watkins now takes the touch to Buendia, first time out to Luca Dean. Can he find someone in the box, puts the cross in, but it goes out for a corner to Aston Villa. Could this be our chance? What can Austin McPhee conjure up? If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Help us continue to grow the channel. We'll be doing another watch along on Thursday, doing another watch along next Sunday. So please do support us on the watch alongs. If you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Help us on the road to 10K. Matty Cash puts the ball in, and it's cleared by Danso. It was a decent ball, actually. McGinn trying to pick it up, plays it to Ezri Konsa. Ezri Konsa tries to put it in, but it's blocked by Odebear, who manages to get it clear out for a throw-in. I feel like it was a good ball in. So everyone had attacked the front post, really, and that was right in the area where someone could have been running onto that. So no Cash looking to go long here, but there's no towel for him. But he goes short to Kamara, back to Cash, back to Kamara, back to Cash. Now he puts the ball in, and it's a poor cross again. This time now Palhinha trying to get on the attack, and Luca Dean puts it out of play for a throw-in. I think Tottenham are going to make another substitution, or 2 actually. There's Mawani and Bergvall, it looks like, I think. Let's have a look. doing? Find out in a second. Poro taking the throw in. It'll probably take them like 10 minutes to come on anyway, because Thomas Frank has to give them a coaching session before they get on the pitch. Richarlison does well against Onana there, but Digne does really well to win the throw in off Kudus. Oh, yeah. What am I doing, man? Cash there tries to attack it down the right-hand side. Drops it back to Kamara on the edge of the box. Long ball, but into the goalkeeper's hands. Come on, Villa. We need something here. We need to freshen it up. Is it time for Elliott to come on? Is it time for Maatsen to come on down the left-hand side? What do you think in the chat? Needs someone just to grab this game. Danso trying to bring the ball forward. Watkins putting him under pressure, and he does well, but it's a throw-in to Tottenham. Are they making the subs now? Yes, looks like Mawani and Berth. I told you. Frank has about a 10-minute team talk with them. Is Barkley coming on as well? Porro onto Bentancur, who goes with long, but it's straight to Martinez. Torres does well to hold off Kudus. Martinez rolls it out to Konsa. 70 into the 75th minute. There probably will be sort of 5-6 minutes added on time, I'm sure. Torres now goes long into Rodgers, who doesn't hold it up. Now Kudus can run at the Villa defence. This is dangerous. Buendia does brilliantly to hold him up. Brilliant play from Buendia. Now Rodgers plays a nice little ball to Luca Dean, goes inside to Buendia. Brilliant play from Villa this. Can he release Watkins? Lovely ball over the top. Watkins, ball on the right-hand channel. Oh, Spence does well to hold him up. Watkins battling well, though. That's got to be a free kick, ref. Cash manages to pick it up. That's had to be a free kick. Buendia now. Lovely ball into McGinn. McGinn onto Kamara. Kamara with time and space. It had to go a bit wide to fetch it. Go inside. Oh, McGinn could have had it there. Cash now. Can Villa work something here? Goes back to Konsa. Konsa across to Pau Torres. Torres, does he have Luca Dean out wide? Luca Dean tries to make the run inside. Onana now. Villa just slowed it down. Now he's got time. Goes over the top. Kamara to Cash. First time ball across. Oh. Good block from, I think that was from Jed Spence, and it goes out for a corner to Villa again. Villa fans now looking in good voice. I swear Watkins was being fouled there. Come on, this would be a great time to get the goal. Luca Dean with the corner. Have these subs come on yet for Tottenham? I mean, I doubt you'd bring a sub. You'd bring a sub on at when there's a defensive corner, to be fair. Luca Dean, movement in the box. Puts it in, and it's headed on and headed up in the air by Bentancur, cleared by Palhinha. McGinn heads it back to Cash, who looks to go long. Beautiful, beautiful pass into Luca Dean, who does really well to bring it down. Now Buendia hits a shot. Oh, yes! What a goal! Give me Buendia! I told you! I said he'd be the match winner! What a finish! Get in there! Get in there, Emmy! What a goal! That was Cash. What a pass from Matty Cash. What a pass. I thought he was going to go back to Martinez, but he doesn't. He plays a beautiful volleyed pass into Buendia. Luca Dean manages to keep it alive, brings it down. Buendia cuts inside. I'm not sure. Will VAR have a look at it? Because was Rodgers blocking the goalkeeper? That's my only thing. But a brilliant pass from Cash. Luca Dean does brilliantly. Buendia comes inside, thinks, sod it, I'm going to have a shot. Oh, nah. I don't know. It's the goalkeeper. Was the goalkeeper potentially? I don't know if there was just too much power on the shot. Brilliant finish, though. Nah. There's nothing on that. Nah, he's not blocking. He's not blocking his view of the ball. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. What? Look at the limbs. Look at the limbs. Get in there. Come on. It can't go to VAR, that. What a goal. 2 goals from outside the box. Is VAR looking at this? Oh no, subs coming on. Oh, let me. Yeah, goal's been given. Absolutely phenomenal goal. What a goal. Now the subs come on. Come on, Villa. Bring it home now. Bring it home now. Nothing stupid. Yes. Come on. Vicario is looking to play long. Tottenham are going to throw everything at it, aren't they? Is that throw into Tottenham? Bergvall there trying to get the fans up for it. It's going to be a long throw here. Danso again. Oh no, Bergvall's going to go for a long throw this time. No, Danso's going to do it. Right, please defend this well, boys. This is like waiting for, it's waiting to be tortured. This towel business. Right, long throw in from Danso. Brilliant winner from Onana. Won by McGinn now. Watkins holding it up. Does really well. Loses it though. Still manages to get the ball clear, but Porro now picks it up. Puts the ball in the box. God, that's got to be a free kick. How are you claiming that's not a free kick? Wonderful header from Matty Cash. Wonderful header. Absolutely fantastic defensive header. And Mwani pushes him in the back and then claims no free kick. Like, what are you talking about? Actually, Rodgers was not offside. Not offside at all. Danso was playing him on. Into 81st minute. Are we going to see some substitutes? What do you think? Is Emery going to try and shut up shop? Matson, and Rich says Matson's coming on. Palhinha wins the header. Kamara loses out to Bentancur, I think. Bergvall now. Back to Porro. Barkley and Matson coming on. Brilliant from Onana. Look at that. And now he's took a clip to the ankle. Well, you did take a clip to the ankle, ref. There we go, look. Sometimes the refs don't see these things properly. Amadou's coming off. Only thing we've got to watch here is the throw-ins. How many is that? 4 subs he's made. Do you know what? I can see Lindelof coming on, for the last few minutes. Matson and Barkley on, Onana and Digne off. Brilliant from Buendia. Rodgers, Buendia. Is that a throw into Villa? Yes. Porro's going down like he's being shot. Ange, what's the Villa faithful like? They must be in fine voice. Fine voice. I would be absolutely loving it in that away end. What is he on about, this guy? Porro. It's absolute wet lettuce. Matson throws it back to Torres. Villa players making runs, looking confident. Konsa out to Cash, cuts inside, drops it back into Konsa. Konsa into Kamara. Torres now. Lovely little long ball into Watkins. Can he bring it down? Oh, just a little bit too much on it. Danso now receives the ball from Vicario out to Pedro Porro. Porro up the line. Matson watching it. He's going to go. He brings it down. He's in trouble here. Loses out to Kudus there. Kudus now goes back and it's out for a throw. And Buendia comes back to help him out. But Matson there, just a little bit naive there. Should have just put it into Rosed. Porro now picks it back up off Bergval. Goes back to Danso across to Van de Ven. He's being forced back by Morgan Rogers though. Goes out to Porro. Porro looks for Bergval. Is Bergval offside? He hasn't been given anything yet. Good play. Cuts it back, but Buendia. Now he puts his flag up for offside. What is this linesman on about? Two more subs for Tottenham. Brennan Johnson and Pape Sarr coming on. That'll probably take them another 10 minutes to bring them on, though, because they're getting a full-on coaching session. Oh, no, a bit quicker this time, but Martinez taking his time. Goes long. Watkins, great winner. Barkley now heads it down to Kamara, and it's a foul from Bergval. Silly foul from Bergval. Great play all round that. Brilliant win from Watkins in the air, forces the clearance. Great play from Kamara, from Barkley to win the header, and then brilliant play from Kamara to win the foul. Excellent play. Into the final 5 minutes of the 90. I'm sure there's going to be a good 6, 7, potentially 8 minutes of injury time, to be honest. So there's a plenty of time to go in this game. I think there's another goal in this for Villa, though, to be honest. Just to make it comfortable. 2 more goals. Yes, Rich. Barkley now switches it out to Cash. Great ball. Cash brings it down, plays it to John McGinn, who's up against Bergval. He's obviously stronger than him. Come on, McGinn. Gets the corner. He knew he was against there. He knew he was just spinning. This is where we want the ball, lads. This is where we want the ball. Oh, Barkley sporting a bit of a beard. So Torres, Konsa, and Watkins in the line. Short corner to Cash. Cash puts it in. Oh, Danso heads it down to Matson. Matson hits the shot. It's blocked. Now Tottenham on the break, though. Porro. Villa need to get back in. It's terrible. Terrible from Pedro Porro. Straight out for a goal kick. It's just a lucky break there. Very lucky break. Matson hits a kind of miss kick shot. And then it was just a mess up from Pedro Porro there. Oh, man, this is tense. This is tense. What? Obviously, Martinez eating up the clock. Goes long with the goal kick. Rodgers tries to win the header, but Tottenham pick it up. Is that Spence? No, is it Johnson? Johnson goes back to Van de Ven. Danso out to Porro. Buendia trying to hold him up. Does well. Brilliant from Buendia. Forces him back. Porro out to Palhinha. Tottenham trying to pick up the pace. Watkins doing well against Palhinha. Does very well. Now he's on the attack. Striding forward with the ball. Goes out to Buendia now. Looks for it again. He's in his favourite position. Puts it across. Couldn't quite find John McGinn. McGinn fouls Richarlison. I just didn't quite get into the position where Watkins could have the shot. Vicario goes long. Good win from Kamara. Cash now can clear it. Does well to hold it up. Mawani, though, putting him under pressure. Gets the throw in. Is that going to be a long throw? Oh, 7 minutes looks like of injury time. Rich, I think I'm a minute or so behind you, mate. Danso gets his towel. It's their time. Throws it in. And Villa can clear it. Rodgers striding forward with it. Still going. Tries to go through the middle, but Bergvall does well. Barkley there, just getting out of position though. Kudus takes on Maatsen. Maatsen does well. Torres then plays it. Oh, what a place to start buffering. There we are. Oh, that's ages ago. Typical. And back to 89 to 30. Maatsen does well against Cisse. Watkins, 1v1 against Van de Ven. Can he do his little step over? Does. Hits the shot. Oh, blocked out for the corner. Trademark Ollie, but against Van de Ven, you're going to be struggling with pace there. You needed to beat him. He needed to fool him with the step over. He needs another little trick. He needs a little double touch or something. 7 minutes. But the corner to Villa. McGinn with the corner. I don't know if he'll go short. No, clips it in. Oh, headed away by Bergvall. Oh, Tottenham on the attack. Poor ball from Kudus. And brilliant. Just clear it from Konsa. Flicked on by Watkins. He has won so many flick-ons. McGinn has got acres of space out wide, but he ain't going to find him there. Rodgers. Villa just keeping the ball. Barkley to Watkins. Back to Maatsen. Maatsen back to Kamara. Torres just filtering back in. Goes back to Martinez. Richarlison trying to press. Martinez does well there. Goes long into Buendia. Lovely touch. Rodgers just keeping the ball. Lovely keeping the ball from Villa this. I've kept the ball for about a minute. Barkley now, driving forward. Plays it into Watkins. Back to Barkley. No, he's offside. Watkins is offside. Yeah. Into 92. Long from Porro. Kudus now. trying to beat Maatsen, and Maatsen does well, but it goes out for a corner to Tottenham. Kudus just not defending now. And what obviously he's not going to, is he? Smash the like if you haven't already, people. Hit the subscribe button. Help us on the road to 10K. Thank you for joining me on the stream. Corner comes in, back post. Watkins with a header down, missed by Mawani. Rogers there, and Emi Martinez just boots it out. This is tense. I think it was a combination of Richarlison and Watkins. Oh, into the night, up to 93 minutes now. Another long throw from Danzo. Flicked on from Palhinha, headed away by Konsa. Watkins now trying to pick it up, does well. Roger trying to bring it clear. Does really well. Kamara now, can he run through? Puts a slide in on Porro. And it's a throw into Villa. Get in. Porro not happy with that, but I don't know how that came off Watkins if the ball went that way. Villa will just take their time here, try and take a bit of sting out of the game. I'm sure McGinn Watkins is in that corner. Nicely taken down there. Can we get something out of this? We get a what? Oh, that's a goal kick. Into the 95th minute now. Cushioned out, seed out for play by Konsa for a Villa throw. Hey, I've noticed those towels aren't given to Aston Villa, are they? Cash now, big throw up the line, push in the back. Clear push in the back, ref. But it doesn't matter. Watkins has kept hold of it. That's got to be no free kick. No, you're not going to give a free kick. Porro comes forward. Plays it to Kudus. Kudus now puts the ball in the box. Oh, brilliant from Cash. And hit over from Brennan Johnson. Absolutely phenomenal header that from Matty Cash. I have to say, I think Cash has been our man of the match. I have to say, that was a fantastic defensive header because Richarlison was in there. Fantastic defensive header from Cash. A minute and a half to go. Martinez goes long. No messing about with it here. Again, Watkins challenges well. Barkley does brilliant. Oh, couldn't quite play it through. Vicario. Richie, thank you, mate. 199 super chat up the mighty Villa. Great watch along. Thank you, mate. Thank you for joining in the chat as well. Long diagonal ball to Johnson. Johnson facing up Cash. Into the last minute. Cross comes in. Brilliant header from Maatsen. Now, Buendia holding it up. And then Torres just gets it clear into the Tottenham half. Vicario's come right forward. Looking for a long ball. Is that offside? Yes. Cheers, mate. Tottenham fans, we can see you leaving. I'm looking forward to expressions. I'm looking forward to speaking to Deji this week. Where are you, Deji? I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming. Martinez with a goal kick. And that's it. Get in. What a result. What a result. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Aston Villa 2. Emi Buendia, the match winner. Fantastic goal. 3 points for Villa. And that is, I said, this would be the test. Game would be the test to see how far we've come. And we have passed the first test with absolute flying colours. Fantastic victory. Tottenham 1, Aston Villa 2. Morgan Rogers and Emi Buendia with the goals, and phenomenal subs as well from Unai Emery. He got the subs spot on. I said the substitutes would change the game. They would decide the game, and it was the substitute that scored. Emi Buendia was the match winner, but Ollie Watkins was excellent when he came on. Ross Barkley did a job when he came on. Ian Matson did a job when he came on. Brilliant substitutes from Emi Buendia from Unai Emery. Brilliant win. Brilliant 3 points. I'll be back with my instant reaction very soon. Thank you for all your comments as well. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the watch-alongs. I'll be back with plenty more as the season goes on. What a win for the boys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. I'll see you on the instant reaction. Watch that video. What a win. Remember, we'll follow the Villa.